So, hello everybody. My name is Rugina. I'm representing a research institute from Bucharest, not far from here in Romania. First of all, I want to thank to local authority of Vecsés and also, of course, the teacher for the invitation he made to me. And to say you that I'm for the second time in Vecsés. I also participated in the first part of our seminar, our RETS seminar, and because it was a very good one, now I'm back to Vecsés. Maybe we need some words about this RETS project. We started 3 years ago into a consortium led by ADEC from France, an organization from France. We started people coming from 12 institutions and local authorities, representing 9 countries. We used to say starting with Romania and finishing with Lisbon in the west part of the continent. In 2 weeks we shall have the final conference, and now probably we participate in the last seminar that we have in this RETS project. We had also seminars in Strasbourg, in Serta, in Bucharest, in Germany. It was a good opportunity for us to share that we learned during these 3 years, and we learned a lot of things. Also local authorities and also experts that contributed to the project. It was a very strong cooperation, in my opinion, a successful project. We shall see everything in 2 weeks as conclusions, and at the end of the year probably you can share with us on our site of the project. It's called RETS project site. Everything we worked since 3 years. I think next, please. So a short agenda. It will be not a very long presentation after the lunch. Some general data. I put there some macroeconomic evolutions. Maybe some of you are interested into this. Things about energy production and consumption. How can we use renewable energy sources, and some examples that we also gave in the project regarding what we could done in Romania regarding the renewable energy uses. Some special things regarding the local energy agencies. During the project I discovered that these local energy agencies can have a very, very important contribution to the the way we use renewable energies, especially for local authorities. And some information, maybe for some of you, important regarding the programs we can use, or the local authorities can use, for promotion of renewable energy sources. And at last, what is happening in present? Last news regarding energy renewable in Romania. So we are not far from here. You know the map of Europe. I think everybody knows it. I will not insist. Thank you. Next one. So we are less than 20 million people now. Capital is in Bucharest. From point of view of how the country is organized, we have 42 counties and 8 development regions, a parliament with 2 houses, and we are a semi-presidential republic. I also gave here some data regarding the growth rate of GDP. You can see what happened in the last years. I shall have some comments on these graphs. As you see, the evolution after 1990 has been strongly influenced by the phenomena specific to the period of transition. And we had also growth, and also this economic growth period alternated with periods of recession. We had a recession in 1992 and then 97-99. There were a period of reorganization of the transition to the market economy. And the latest recession was in 2009-2010, and it has been registered in the context of the international economic crisis. Then we can say, in fact, that in the period 2000-2008, we had a constantly positive evolution. And this evolution was resumed in 2011. We shall see what will happen in the future. The next, and the next one again. Some data regarding the evolution of GDP in euro per capita. Maybe some of you are interested. You'll find all this on the site of the project or the presentations. Next, please. Some information regarding the primary energy production. We shall see in the next slide some comments. So, in the last decade, Romania's production was about 27 to 29 million ton oil equivalent. Romania was an important oil and natural gas producer at the European level, but after 1970, the production began to decrease because of the depletion of the gas deposit and oil fields. Now, oil production lowered to 6.1 million ton oil equivalent in 2001 and 4.4 million ton oil equivalent in 2009. Also, the natural gas production decreased. And this trend, unfortunately, is irreversible. A deep-going restructuring was suffered by the coal industry. And it's also estimated that the coal production will stabilize at the value of 6.27 million ton oil equivalent. Some more about the fact that we have a nuclear plant. It's a CANDU technology. It's a plant situated in the southeast of the country, in Cernavoda. There are 2 units of 708 megawatts, and maybe in the future the units 3 and 4 are planned to be commissioned. Regarding the renewable energy sources that we use, it's hydro energy. I have to start with this for electricity, and biomass for heat production are the main resources that we can use from point of view of renewable energy sources. The biomass is used especially in the rural area, and unfortunately it's used with technologies that are traditional. So we need projects in order to change this use of biomass especially, and to improve using new and modern technologies. Something about primary energy balance. We see here that we export, but also import energy. Next one, please. So we have a consumption that increased from 36.4 million ton oil equivalent in 2000 to 39.8. But then it's a decrease in primary energy consumption due to the economic crisis. As I said, Romania imports especially natural gas and oil. And in consumption, the natural gas has the greatest share, but also in a decreasing trend. We used more and more biomass. we have an increasing use of biomass from 7.6 to 11.5. I think we had enough figures, so I propose you to look at the column regarding the percents, regarding the energy potential of renewable energy sourcing in Romania. We speak about a 10% energy potential from total regarding the solar energy, about 13% regarding wind energy. Hydro, as I told you, has an important share, 23%, and the biggest share is biomass, once again used with old technology, unfortunately, that it's half, 51%. We also have some geothermal energy that represents 1% from the total. So here, the same comments I told you. We can pass to the next one. I wrote them in order to have them written. What is happening from point of view of projects that were already realized? I try to present you some projects that I also presented in the RETS project as practices we use. A project regarding the thermal biomass, something about solar panels, electricity supply and to an isolate objective, and something about geothermal. I'm thinking that maybe a lot of people from here can tell me a lot of things about geothermal sources in Romania, but I improve a lot my knowledge with this seminar regarding the geothermal because I'm not specialist, as a lot of people from here are. So, some words about, not very much about these examples. We have a biomass, we use biomass, for example, in northeast of the country. In the mountains. It's in the mountains. It's a place where it's very cold, especially during the winter, but in which we have a lot of biomass. So it was good in order to promote this energy. Here there are some characteristics of this project. It's a project in Vatra Dornei. It's a project that was implemented before the adhesion of Romania to the European Union. And the project that put, instead of the old heat system, a new one based on biomass. Now the thermal plant supplies 1,500 apartments, several public institutions like schools, kindergartens and so on, and hotels, because as I told you, it's a mountain region and there are a lot of ski resorts during the winter, so we have hotels. Next one. Another project I proposed, it's in solar. This one is in Prahova Valley. Prahova is a county in southeast of the country. It's a county in southeast of the country, in which was implemented a very successful solar energy project. We have here two photovoltaic installations. They were developed in two different locations in the Florești. Let's see, it's not exactly a town, but it's a, let's say, a commune, but in fact it's a strong one from economic point of view. It's implemented in the primary and secondary school and in the cultural house from Kalinaș village. It's a village within Florești commune. You have here something, information regarding technical data, but what I have to stress is that the project was initiated as a pilot project. So it has a demonstrative role also, because it's put on the school, and is financed from the funding approved by the Prahovo County Council and also by the Flores Municipal Council. And it was a very successful project because they do everything very, very well in this project. So the municipal council and the county council approved this project and gave the money. I have to say that the leader of the county council was engineering energetics and was passionate by renewable energy sources. Also to say that the project is implemented into an area that had a traditional industrial development, so they can find people familiarized with industrial activity and who accept it from the beginning. Everything is new in technical development. And more of this, they were successful because they became in April 2010 the first licensed photovoltaic electricity producer in Romania. So they were the first electricity producer from solar energy, from electricity from solar panels, who received green certificates. I have to say you that in Romania the way it's encouraged renewable energy resources implementing is not feed-in tariffs yet, but green certificates. I'll come back to these green certificates in the next slide. Another one is a solar and wind project in an isolated place, also in mountains. It's in Alba County. As you can see, they have some panels and wind. Next. It was an investment of local authority. It was an investment of 30,000 euros. What I have to stress is that this investment cost the local authority less than in case that the objective was supplied with electricity from national power system. So we can prove immediately here that using of renewable energies, especially in isolated places, it's a good choice. Here is, in fact, a possibility for this project to promote renewable energy technologies, because it's a zone with a high touristic potential. I consider this kind of projects really a successful project, even if they are not great, but very big, but they offered energy to this isolated place, and also have an important component of training and education. I think next one it will be something about geothermal energy. In Romania we have three main areas with geothermal potential. One of them is in northwest part of the country, of course, close to Oradea. Most people of you heard about this town. I think well known. Also here, I put in red the county Vâlcea, and some resources close to Bucharest, close to Otopeni, near the airport in Bucharest. You can see here some buildings in Călimanești that are using geothermal energy. There are some block of flats, some hotels, and the local authority building. Next, I think. It's used here what it's obtained from geothermal resource. It's a thermal water about 19 to 95 degrees. And this ensures space heating, hot water for domestic use, and some swimming pools in the hotels. It was an investment amounted to 1.5 million United States dollar, and was financed by the Austrian government. It was a protocol of a special project financed by the Austrian government. I also dedicated some words to local energy agencies. And this one, it's an example of a local energy agency that is established also in Alba. It's the same county in which I described you the project in the isolated place. And I have to say you that this agency contributed a lot to the implementation of this project. Some words about this local agency, because during the development of RETS project and working in Romania in order to see what I can put the most important things regarding renewable energies in Romania, I discovered that local energy agency had all the time a very important impact on renewable energy promotion. This one was a local energy in Alba, as I told you. This local energy agency were established with EU technical and financial support. They were also initiative of local authorities. And from the juridical statute is a non-governmental organization, and founding is assured by members of the local authorities. Also, companies in Energia are subscribers. They have functional and financial autonomy. They can develop strategy and can support local authorities in order to develop projects. Provide free of charge counseling on energy efficiency and RETS valorization to local authorities and local member companies. Very important in my point of view is the next point. Next point in the last slide. That a local energy agency can ensure consistency in solving the energy issues at the local level when political changes are intervening in the structure of the local authorities. That is really great problems, because when the political changes are, when political change is happening, sometimes we lost a lot of things. We start new projects. We can't assure continue activity regarding renewable energy sources. And of course, can give a lot of information and also support for local authorities and in international projects, in European projects, in the activity of international organizations. I don't know exactly what is how are the things in Hungary, but in Romania there are a lot of very little local authorities that can't assure specialists in order to promote projects. So they need to have somebody to advise them how to use European funds, how to do things. ALEA, I spoke about it, it's the local organization from Alba, made a lot of things. So, it's drawing up documents for Alba County Council, providing technical consultancy to local authorities, as I told you, development of data based on the situation at the county level on the potential and the renewable energy sources and the potential of energy efficiency increase, consultancy to potential investors, is organizing fairs and exhibition regarding the local market to the field of valorization of energy from RETS. Is organizing conferences, symposiums, and so on, in order to disseminate information and exchanging good practices. And also, especially this local agency from Alba makes a lot of promotional educational activities for students, for example, contests and campaigns as Eco is School and so on, things that can attract young people in order to understand what is happening with renewable energy sources, with waste, with environmental problems. I put here some information regarding the programs, maybe many of you are things well known. So we can access European funded programs financed from the budget in Romania, and programs financed from a special fund that it's called Environmental Fund. Not very many things. Next one. So we can access to sectoral operation program increasing economic competitiveness with beneficiaries, local public administrative authorities, inter-community development associations. I put here information regarding who is eligible for funding, and the fact that after this program, the local authority, which is a beneficiary, will own the developed investment, operate it, and will not transfer the activity to an economic operator, with a big support from the program, 98% from the total eligible cost. Other kind of programs financed from the budget. We had the national program for improving energy efficiency and utilizing RETS in the public sector between 2009 and 2010. Unfortunately, this program, due to the economic crisis and budget restriction, was reduced, and the program was not prolonged after 2010. We have also another program financed from the Environmental Fund. We have this fund that is made up of special taxes, of penalties, of donations. I have to stress that the amounts are not coming from the state budget. The management of the program is assured by the administrations of Environmental Fund, a body subordinated to the Ministry of Environment and Forests. And there are some programs financing including RETS valorization. These kind of programs can be accessed by local authorities and tourist units, with covers of up to 80% from the eligible expenses. What is the most important? If you want like a conclusion, I started with this and I will finish with this. We have to be careful what we should have done with the biomass. Once again, 51% from renewable energy sources, an important quantity. Biomass, I'm saying here, is used on a large scale in the rural areas, in individual dwellings, in the urban areas, and we have to access to environmental fund finances that have special programs for new technologies used for biomass resource. Regarding the production of electricity, maybe I have to say you some words about green certificates. Next slide. Because it's not very well known, this mechanism of green certificates, only a phrase. The producer of electricity from RETS sells the electricity produced and receives green certificates supplementary, and I put here now he received one certificate for 2 megawatts producing non-retrofitted hydropower units, and up to 6 certificates for 1 megawatts from solar energy. We have some problems with this kind of compensation, and in the last form of the renewable energy law that was analyzed by the European Commission. They said that the law may lead to overcompensation and exaggerated income for the investors. So, in order to avoid the legislative situation, this law was modified, and the National Energy Regulatory Authority is now monitoring the producer that benefit from the promotion system. And if the income is too high, this National Energy Regulatory Authority can diminish the number of green certificates issued. And in the last period, in the last time, we have also something especially for the big project. The fact that the investors who develop projects that surpass 125 megawatts need to be directly authorized by the European Commission. And here I think we have the last slide. Connected to this future, the fact that we intend to introduce feed-in tariffs, maybe better than the system of green certificates, because the green certificate system has favored the development of large projects. It was very interesting for big investors, but large pieces of land have been taken out from the agricultural circuit. It's about especially of wind investment. And the income profit has gone to the great international companies. And in order to make that the law better for small investments, we propose, we shall introduce probably soon the feed-in tariffs, especially for little consumers. So, especially for the plants under 100 kilowatts built by the population. It's not yet introduced, but the drawing up of the application procedure is underway, and I have information that people became interested in to introduce this kind of compensation. Maybe it's a way that we can see also in Romania roofs with solar panels that we can see now, only in very, very few regions close to seaside, but in the rest of the country, no. I remember we had last year in June the RETS Seminárium in Bucharest. We made a short travel in Bucharest with Peter and with our colleague from Great Britain. And I remember that our colleague from Great Britain was answering, but where are the roofs with solar panels? He can't see any roof. Maybe this will change things, and people, I think, will be interested in developing this kind of project. Thank you.